Hello YouTube! Today in the Naughty Librarian, I am going over my November TBR list. Okay, so my November TBR list, it is kind of all over the place. Like there's so many different things going on here. It is a chaotic energy fever dream and I'm like into it because I feel like I'm a ball of chaotic energy all the time. So this is like very indicative of how my brain works. But anyway, let's just get into the books I am planning on reading in November. First things first, I am going to read Would I Lie to the Duke by Eva Lee. This is a new series by Eva Lee. It's the Union of Rakes series, and you know what? They're all kind of like loosely based on 80s rom-coms, and I'm so into it. This one is kind of like a Cinderella story, except if Cinderella was a con woman, and already that sounds incredible. Like, I'm in. Tell me no more, give me the book. There's this guy, Noel, he's a duke, you know, doing duke stuff, and he is going around town, meets this woman, Jessica, her family, they need money for this business venture, and she's like trying to sweet talk people into giving her money, and she's like, sup duke, and he's just like, what? And she's like, hey, and he's like, oh. I'm sorry, I'm just like describing the book in like sounds, not even words, but basically she's hot, and he's just like, okay, here's money, and then he's gonna find out, and there's gonna be drama, but you know, it's like an 80s rom-com, that kind of feel to it, but like Regency era, or Victorian era, no, Regency era, that's a Regency outfit, so I'm in. I don't know, it's gonna be fun. Her books are always like fun, at least. I mean, they're not always like my favorite, but they're definitely fun. So this is just gonna be an entertainment read. You know, I'm not like expecting the world from it, but I definitely want to get into it. Also, I have the conclusion to the Kingmaker Chronicles, which is Heart on Fire by Amanda Boucher. I have been really digging this series, like hardcore digging this series. This is the big conclusion. It is involving Kat and Griffin. Kat is the Kingmaker. She is a woman with lots of magical abilities. And again, murderous mom. There's always murderous moms. And Griffin is a warlord. They're in love. They're trying to save the world. Let's make the world a better place through hope and joy. You know, things that warlords aren't really known for. But it's just a fun freaking series. It has the Greek gods, action, adventure, steam. It's just good fun. You know what I mean? Like, are they gonna win the Pulitzer? Heck no. But like, are they fun and pulpy to read? Yeah. So I'm fully into this. I know who I'm gonna go into this and have fun reading it. And that's really just what I want in life right now. I just want something fun to read, and this is gonna give it to me. Speaking of fun reads, I have Tools of Engagement by Tessa Bailey. I have been anticipating this book for so long. I had it pre-ordered. I'm so into this. And this is kind of the end of this, it's a series, I forget what it's called, the name of the series right now. Hot and Hammered? I think it's called the Hot and Hammered series, if I'm not mistaken. But you know, it's a rom-com, and every book of this series has been astonishingly smutty, so nice. Like, I'll be honest, this is going to be very funny and very smutty, and that's exactly why I want to read it. Just give me laughs and give me smut. That's all I need in life, really. This one we're following Wes and Bethany. This is going to be an opposites attract, maybe enemies to lovers type of story. And forced proximity, Bethany's very type A, Wes is very laid back. They have to like flip this house together. What's gonna happen? They're gonna bang the bejesus out of each other. That's what's gonna happen. Sorry, spoiler alert. Like, I'm fairly certain that's going to happen, and I'm fully on board for it. So yeah, this is just going to be my smutty read that I'm just gonna have fun with because it's delightfully smutty. There you go. Also, I'm going to be reading Well Played by Jen DeLuca. This is the sequel to Well Met. I read Well Met this year, and I just loved it intensely. It is gosh darn delightful and hilarious and steamy. And so Well Played comes along, and I was like, yes, give me more of this, you know, Renaissance fair rom-com. I want all of the nerd love. And we're following Stacy. We kind of met her in the other book. She's one of the tavern wenches at the Renaissance fair. And you know, she's looking for the one. She's tired of just dating around. She's ready to get her shit together. and this is going to be her, you know, happily ever after, and maybe it's going to be wonky. I don't know. It's going to be a rom-com. I'm super into it. You know, Ren Fair rom-com. Honestly, if you just said that to me, I would already be like, okay, I'll read that. So tell me no more. I just want to read, like, nerd love. Just give me nerd love. Also on deck, I'm going to read All Systems Red by Martha Wells. This is part of the Murderbot Diaries, and honestly, if you just said it's about a murder bot, a murder robot, I would already want to read it. So, I mean, the title's doing a lot for me right now. And I've heard consistently really, really great things about this book, and it's about a murder bot, a robot who is just like, ugh, people again. So it's like a sassy, self-aware robot who also, like, murders. So, it's really just got everything I need in it. Yeah, that's it. That's what it's about. Sassy, self-aware robot who murders. There you go. I want to read this. Also on deck, I have A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik. This is her latest release. I just got it recently. And it is dark academia. And we're at this, like, it's a magic school. I would say dark Hogwarts kind of idea here. And we're following this female character. The blurb doesn't say her name, so I'm not sure what her name is. But she is kind of like an anti-hero, anti-heroine, so to speak. And she is just like, well, if everyone thinks I'm going to be the baddest witch in town, I'm just going to do it to spite them. And I'm like, yes, you know what? You run on spite. Anti-heroes running on spite is like a good concept for me. I'm already like into it. Yes. And also dark magic school. Yes, give me all of that. So I'm super in. This has been really anticipated. I pre-ordered this and I finally have it. I'm just gonna dig in. I'm really excited about it. I am finally going to read The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. This is also the book of the month for the Blades and Bodice Rippers book club. I am very excited to read it. It's been on my shelf for so long, and I've, like, every friend I have who has read this has loved it. So, like, I have really high hopes that I'm going to love it too. And it's one of those epic fantasies. And I've also been putting it off because there's supposed to be another book of the series that Patrick Rothfuss just refuses to release for so long. So, yeah, I mean, I'm finally going to do it. Like, I'm like, I don't have words. I'm finally going to read this after so many years. I know it's about this guy named Kavoth, and he is, you know, basically the best adventurer ever in the world, according to himself. And he's a bit of an unreliable narrator, and I'm so into it. And I'm really excited to read it. It's happening. It's happening. And also I have this like really cool paperback version that I got at a library book sale back in the day when those were still a thing. And like, look at it. Look how floppy this paperback is. Isn't that satisfying? Much floppy. Like, you just open it and it stays open at any page. Like, it's just satisfying. Sorry, maybe this is a book nerd thing. You guys get it. It's satisfying. This is happening, Blades and Bodice Rippers Book Club. There will be a live show on Leanna's channel because this is like her favorite book, so of course this needs to happen on her channel. It'll be the last Saturday of the month, so I think right after Thanksgiving. So if you want to escape your family for a little bit on a Saturday morning, come chat with us about this book. It's going to be super fun. Also on deck, I have The Trouble with Peace by Joe Abercrombie. This is the latest in the Age of Madness trilogy. It's, again, still part of the First Law universe, but it's this new trilogy coming out. And yeah, I'm just gonna read it. Like, there's no way I'm not gonna read a book that happens in the First Law universe because I've read all of them at this point. And yeah, we're just following a lot of our same old characters that we've loved and or hated for so long. We're following them some more. And the end of the previous book, A Little Hatred, was like a bombshell. Like, oh my gosh, what? So like a big event happened and I want to see what the fallout's going to be because there's going to be some shit that goes down. Ooh boy. So yes, I'm obsessed. The idea here is this is the First Law universe, so it's a very magical kingdom, questing, adventuring. But now time has gone by and industrialization has come along. So it's like, what if you had a magical world that stopped relying on magic and started relying on machines more and more, how would the world change? So that's kind of like the driving force here, and it's really, really cool. I love it. So yeah, I'm gonna read this. There's not really a question of if, it was when I'm gonna read it, and it's now. I'm also gonna read Star Daughter by Saveta Chakar, because I just was interested in the folklore of it. I think it's loosely based around like Indian folklore, and it's also about this girl whose mother was a star, like a celestial entity, a star, and then her dad got sick and she has to go to her mom, and she's like, "Mom, fix my dad, homie." And she's like I would, but I also need you to fight in this battle, like royale that we're having. And she's like, ugh, like fine. So I'm just like interested in the folklore of this, where there's like literal stars that are people. I don't know. This is like my outlier pick, because I literally just saw it in the shelf and was just like, yep, I'm reading that. It was an impulse read pick for this TBR, but it's gonna happen. Maybe I'll love it. Who knows? Who knows? It's a random one, but I'm into it. Last book on deck for November is The Space Between Worlds by Micaiah Johnson. And this one is really anticipated. I've been wanting to read this for a while, so I'm excited to see it happening now. It's sci-fi, it's somewhat time travel-y, but not time travel. It's like parallel universes. And it kind of reminds me of that old Jet Li movie, The One, but like better. In this world, like you can travel in between parallel universes, but you can only travel to a universe where you don't exist in. So if your version of you that exists in that universe has died or whatever, you can go to that universe. Otherwise, two of you cannot exist in the same universe. So we're following this girl, Kara, and I guess her other selves are just real unlucky or clumsy or something, because she can go to like a lot of universes. Her other selves, she's getting themselves killed right and left. So I think she becomes like kind of like a interdimensional agent, where she like hunts down bad guys. And yeah, it's like interdimensional travel, bad guys. I also believe this is LGBTQIA+, if I'm not mistaken, and it's sci-fi. And I'm just like, you know what? I feel like November is like a good month for sci-fi. Is that weird? I just feel like November and sci-fi kind of go together. They just do in my brain. I don't know. My brain's a weird place. Alright, so that is what's on deck for November right now. It is a lot of stuff, but I'm excited. You know, like it's all over the place. I got so many different genres of things, and I don't know. I don't know what I want in November, basically. I don't know. I'm just reading everything. Let me know in the comments down below. I guess, what's the most random book you feel like reading right now? They're just like, yeah, that one. That's what I'm in the mood for no reason. Like, I'm assuming other people feel the same way. Let me know in the comments down below. If you like this video, make sure you give it a like. And if you want to see more videos, make sure you subscribe. And I will see you guys soon. Bye!